What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here, and yeah, I kind of just, out of any videos that I really looking forward to make it is always Vince Talk, because it's a series where I get to talk about what everyone else is talking about in terms of news and gaming news and animation stuff and things coming out, just news in general, like pretty much whatever is happening within drama or politics. Yeah, I get to share that at least in my own opinion in a very authentic and yet, sadistic way. So pretty much, I'm always looking forward to making these compared to my reads, if we got to be honest here. But yep, I just want to apologize. There is no read for this particular weekend because there's only a few videos, but not a lot. And pretty much for most of you guys, it just seems like it's just never really enough when it comes down to just giving you at least, even if I give you two videos, I guarantee you that's like almost zero at this point. And it's sad because I wish I was like these other creators where they upload every like 2 or 3 weeks, but I can't do that because I will lose all my subs. So I'm trying to keep a good balance of keeping you guys, but at the same time, also just having fun making content. But a lot of times it's not that simple. And pretty much, I wish that I could, find a studio or place of my own to record. Man, I would have a field day. I would do interviews. I would do so much. And I feel like this is kind of like one of those days or years or a year that I am just stepping back just a little bit, just to, because it's getting tiring. I'm very surprised I haven't quit. That's the only thing I will say. Anyways, let's get into some, quick updates. I just had my doctor's appointment. That was fun. Not the, it was like in a phone, and pretty much it was alright. It was alright. But man, I was really worried. Thank God it went well. It pretty much I didn't, went as I expected, I guess, because it was on the phone and I've been fasting and eating healthy. So my blood pressure at this point isn't its lowest right now. And, thankfully at the right time as my doctor's appointment went up. And also finals is coming up for college, classes, stuff like that. I've been piling up on work. That's why you don't really see. It was literally impossible to upload or give any note on Friday or just anything like that. So, I there was literally like no way of uploading videos on Friday. It was like, nah, that's I'm sorry. There's a lot of going on. Okay, a lot of work, a lot of paperwork, and yeah, just pretty much a busy life itself, which I would say is a good thing. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff here. And hopefully you guys can hear me. People are sleeping at night, and I can't really be loud and enthusiastic as I want to. So I'm gonna be brief of just like stuff that I really want to talk about, but also just be a little quiet. Um, Rooster Teeth. This is the part where I feel like I should tear up, but you know I'm too sleepy too. But yeah, Rooster Teeth is done. It's over. And it's kind of crazy. They had like their 6 hour stream as well as Funhouse, as well as Achievement Hunter, and pretty much, you know, I guess other entities surrounding Rooster Teeth, but Rooster Teeth as a whole is gone. Here's the crazy thing. I keep thinking about this. I never really want to start beef with anyone or any corporations, even though I would definitely 100% start any corporation who wants them. I'm looking at you, YouTube. I still remember. And you, Nintendo. Oh, why you done Yuzu like that? Here's the thing. Rooster Teeth, we all know what happened. If you know, you know that Warner Brothers, they just killed Rooster Teeth. They're just like, yeah, forget y'all. Okay, you're done. Okay, you all making money. We ain't like we need that bag. Okay, we're greedy. We're greedy freaking big corporations. Okay, for crying out loud, get out of here. What is this nerdy community that has been spent, pretty much been part of internet for 21 years or something? Get out of here. That's what it feels like most of the time. And I couldn't help but feel like, why? Just why? Because I'm like, aren't they? Here's the thing. Is Rooster Teeth or the whole company? And listen, as you can know, obviously I'm not a part of Rooster Teeth in any sense of the word, though they're literally my biggest inspiration. In some cases, they're the reason I started YouTube because, during when I was a kid, I was watching a lot of Rooster Teeth. And from what I know, Rooster Teeth, like, did they literally just close down because of Warner Bros? And here's the thing, I don't know the insights, or maybe I just don't want to give that kind of energy, the same way that most of Rooster Teeth can't give that energy. But I always get this feeling like if I was there, I probably, maybe I wouldn't. I'm too kind to ever do so. But there's still that part of me where I'm like, you know what? Let's be honest here, everyone. I'm sorry, Barbara. I know you're crying right now, Barbara. In Document, but and everyone else, of course. God, I wish Gavin was there. Gavin is not in the freaking like. What the heck? Gavin got all those millions or whatever, and and even Ryan, even like, is it Ryan? Oh, snap! I forget some of the names. I don't know. Jeff's friend. I don't know. Jeff wasn't there, but he was there during the moment that they were announced that they were gonna end it. That was emotional. Now remembering it, but like that, yeah, just Gavin's not there. Just like it's just like he's kind of like almost the reason why I kind of watched Bridget and as well as Michael. And I'm just thinking, where is Michael? I don't know. There's the achievement hunter part, so I probably might check that out and see what it's see if they're really there. I haven't seen most of it. And here's the thing, I only watched 2% of Rooster Teeth closing down with their streams. Look, I don't have time for much streams at all. There's some streams I would come in there and say hi and, like, hey, I'm at work, just here to say hi and I'm out, especially for small streamers that I follow. But honestly, I don't have the time when it comes down to a bigger streamer or anything like that, or unless it's in the podcast setting, like 1 hour and I download it and, during my commute to work, I listen to that bad boy. But no, this is like a 6 hour stream and I only listened to 2% of it. There was parts of it that was like Crystal was crying, Papa was crying, like, the company, the whole, people behind the scenes were showing up on stage and stuff like that. And there's tears left and right. I only watch a piece of it. But I would easily be there and just knowing that, then listen, I'm trying my best to actually catch up to what I'm saying. I know I go off in different tangents here and there, as you know, but I've been really trying to actually get back to the topic in hand. Like, I start something, I finish it. And what I want to finish is Warner Bros. Just literally end it. And I would just be honest. There was that part of me where I would literally be honest and like, listen, this big mega corporation, if we got to be real, this is literally what's happening, and that sense of honesty. And pretty much, I don't even know if Warner Bros. Even cared. They weren't there when Rooster Teeth started. Rooster Teeth could still exist. It doesn't need to go. It can still be online. Like, who says it needs to go? Did they sign a petition? Did they sign like something yada yada terms, regulations, or whatever freaking it's called, an agreement? An agreement. We're talking about blood and blood agreement, and also, in terms of legal percussions, or whatever it is. I don't freaking know. As you can tell, I just want to let you know when it comes to legal stuff, I'm dumb. That's why I try my best to be the nicest person I can be, because I wouldn't survive anything in terms when it comes down to legal or, the idea of having a lawyer. I don't freaking know that stuff. Listen, I've been, evicted and pretty much I lost my home. And, what am I supposed to say? Lost my home, homeless, boom, just like that. I don't know what, but if did they sign a paper to actually not really, you know, really say or talk about like how Warner Bros. Just, screw them over? It's pretty much parts of that and also parts of Rooster Teeth just literally dying, just literally like not being relevant as it used to. And I feel like they can still be relevant in terms of making new content that could be suitable for the new generation. But just having it ended just because of a big mega corporation. And even though Rooster Teeth is sort of is a corporation, but we're talking about the biggest mega corporation that literally just stomp Rooster Teeth like a bug, and it's like that's what it almost feels like. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe there's more to talk about. Hopefully, others. I'm still waiting for Kind of Funny. I think Greg Miller said something from Kind of Funny, my favorite channel, that is going to address and talk about, Rooster Teeth and how it really affected them. Listen, I just want to see some tears in Kind of Funny. I love him. But yeah, that's just pretty much what's going on. Anyways, speaking of other channels, Watcher, a channel that I'm not familiar with, has been having backlash because them quitting YouTube and them deciding like, hey, we're gonna quit YouTube. But if you want to watch most of our stuff, you gotta pay up. You gotta pay, which is something I feel like I could have done because I'm like, as much as I know for a fact that no one's gonna pay in order to see my videos, if we gotta be real, if I start a Patreon, there's gonna be zero. I'm a realist. There's gonna be zero people. I guarantee you. And just quitting YouTube and just like, hey, if you want to see my stuff, like literally privating all the videos as you quit. And like, hey, if you want to see them, you got to pay up. And that kind of feels, and you have to pay $6, but at the same time, it almost feels like you're getting robbed. It's like, why would you do that? There's some videos, I guarantee you, like I have a bunch of like videos, a bunch of favorites, like, and also playlists. There's some playlists that I like. And if they're gone, I would be like, well, damn, I'm just hoping there's another recording. And what if there isn't? What if there isn't another audio of it on YouTube? Like, that's kind of like just like, and that's the thing with my opinion about TikTok when it comes down to just, you know, their music gone and also being replaced, which, we're going to get into in a minute. But yeah, just Watcher, they completely have a full-on backlash of just like what they do, and they're from BuzzFeed, and I am familiar, of course I'm familiar with BuzzFeed. I've been in the internet for a while, knowing that they don't have a good name on their brand at the moment, with, I don't know, which at the same time, I'm not surprised, BuzzFeed just seems like one of those sketchy companies sometimes in terms of like them being too much and also not treating their workers right, which, you know what, if that's the case, if they're just a full on, like kind of like Blizzard in a sense, or I don't know, other mega corporation, like, yeah, I probably wouldn't be surprised. But these were people that are basically from BuzzFeed. And it kind of reminds me of Kind of Funny, how Kind of Funny is from IGN. Watchers from BuzzFeed that decide to make their own thing. And I kind of respect that. It's an independent kind of like mindset of just like entrepreneurship and, just really being the underdogs in what you're trying to do and trying to make. And I can understand how that can be expensive. It's not cheap running a company like that. But at the same time, you can't be taking videos, man. You can't be privating stuff and expecting us to pay you. Like, shoot, you stealing my phone and me expecting you to pay monthly just so I can use my phone? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just something that I'm like, Of course, they got the backlash. Then again, I'm not familiar with Watcher. It's not my style. It's just not my style. It's funny because, people in Watcher, what is it? It's like a white person and an Asian person that I see, and I'm half of those. I'm both white and Asian, and I have the voice of the people, the realists. I'm talking about black people because I grew up in a black neighborhood, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know what it is. I'm looking at it, I'm watching it, and it's like, okay, Unsolved, BuzzFeed Unsolved, but in a more independent mix. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, it's not my jazz. It's not my jazz. It's weird because I watch Joe Scott and I prefer him over these guys, which has a better professional setting or something. But I'm like, just eh. Like, I don't know. And maybe there's something different more when it comes to Joe Scott because he's more, astronomy oriented in some cases. And the way he explains mysteries is quite cool. But when it comes down to just Watcher, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, I don't know. Also, I mentioned TikTok. Apparently, they're officially sold to some other person. I thought they were banned. I thought they were gone. And I knew for a fact, as I was like, tasting the air tasting the direction, the navigation of where the wind flies. I know for a fact that TikTok was not going to be banned. Looking at TikTok and seeing nobody worried, I'm like, well, I guess no one cares. I guess we're just not gonna make a goodbye video, and it's not gonna happen because yeah, TikTok got sold to I don't know. They were supposed to get bought by someone, but for whatever reason, the creators of TikTok or whatever company that made it, it's like a Chinese company, and I don't know, like Dance or whatever it's called, they refuse to sell it, or they are supposed to sell it, or they're just being hinges. They're just being a bunch of dicks and hinges. That's what it is. Like, I don't know about you, but China sometimes I just like, God, I just hate the politics in there sometimes. It's aggravating, okay? Watch Serpent ZA. If you want to know about China, let me tell you, you will be shocked of just the amount of practices that the government throws, okay? You'll be thinking like, Russia's worse or just something. But man, when I look at China, I'm like, damn. I mean, yeah, pretty much, North Korea is worse. But anyways, yeah, pretty much TikTok is like, where's it going? Where is it going at this point? And if it does end, still would people care? Like, that's some people's livelihood. I cannot imagine YouTube ending in, if it was by a Chinese company or whatever that it did in terms of like what TikTok did. I would not imagine just losing this damn channel. I do not want to lose YouTube. And despite me criticizing and hating YouTube because, I've been terminated this long, I still love this damn app. I still love the people that I follow. It's never about the country. It's always about the people. Sometimes, I have issues with America, but, it's not perfect. But at the same time, I freaking love it here. I love it. I don't care if freaking eggs are $15 at the groceries. Why? I don't freaking know. Why California? Why you gotta be this expensive? Why you gotta be this expensive? What else? Freaking like, $5 a gallon of gas? We don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. But I still love it. I still love it here. Though I hate it, I still love it here. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about some gaming because I guess that some of y'all been, really wanting that. And what? I'll just give you it, I guess. I guess. So, for the gaming stuff, we got Stellar Blade with its controversy surrounding the hard R, and I'm just like, so what hard R? Is it the hard R that most people think I'm about to say whenever I start speaking? Or is it the hard R that, for the handicap? Like, it's just like, what is it? What is it with the controversy going on with Stellar Blade? It's just getting its ish kicked in. And no wonder it's doing best sales. People are like, as if it's supposed to stand for any politics or anything like that. If there's the one video I would recommend, go check out like stuff from like, Oh No, It's Alex, and also a lot of peers in terms of their opinion of surrounding Stellar Blade, because it's kind of like similar to mine. People love looking at attractive people. I'm a huge advocate for that because we do not want to look at fat, ugly. Listen, preferences. If it's your preference, that's cool. If you want to look at that chubby wubby and look at it all day like some, moving pudding, hey, do you, boo? Do you, boo? But at the same time, for me, Okay, listen, I know I'm a Chungus Wungus, but I don't want to see a Chungus Wungus. I don't want to see that. Okay, I don't want to see image. Listen, if you see most of my images and stuff like that, fine kings and queens in these streets, just slaying away, just looking fine, dazzling, they freaking VH status. Okay, the anime status of them just looking divine. We're talking about like, oh man, look at this man's chin and abs and slim bod, with the women having like just amazing, just slimness and just tall and beautiful. Oh, chef's kiss. But I ain't seen no freaking like, I don't want to see no pressures out here. Okay, listen. I just not a fan of the thickness. There's a certain thickness, but not too thick to the point where you start like, making a boat accelerate. But not accelerate. What the heck? Boats like vertical to the freaking ground, like when you're standing on the tail or something like that, or basically just bouncing through just tumbling. Like the moment you step in Burj Khalifa, it's over. Like it just tumbles over. But anyways, like there's a part of me where, yeah, I listen. I get respecting others, but at the same time, people have preferences. Don't yuck at people's yums. That's what Oh No Alex said, right? Don't yuck on people's yums. And it's, you know, it's just, I guess, again, just a preference for anybody to enjoy, but the majority is louder than the minority. It's just a face of facts. And I'm a person of honesty and facts when it comes down to just, people being people. On many cases, yeah, a lot of times there are people that are just like, alt right wings that are just like looking at Steller and like, yes, this is where women should be, or something like, or whatever weird stuff they're saying. And you have the liberal side saying like, oh, this is fat phobic because why? Why it's fat phobic? Why is this game fat phobic? They say because apparently there's a sexy woman on it. I have no idea. And as if that's supposed to be tiring. Listen, whatever's people's into and them voting their interests and their wallets, not just their wallets, their freaking interest is more important. And that influence that, really dives in around to this generation. Like, I guarantee you, they don't give a damn about what you think is like it's fat phobic or not. No, they're gonna look at it, they're gonna love it, and there's gonna be many like other properties that are sort of similar to Stellar Blade, like Bayonetta, or maybe there's another, or just the image of it, just like images, pictures, comics, movies, etc., etc., video games on video games about just pretty women, handsome men, and if you got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's just how it is. Like, there is, like, a lot of times it's, people be thinking it's for the straight man or something. No. Like, again, like, there's, like, and I feel like I said this so many times, it's the lesbians that also cherish this as well. Whatever happened to that? Like, when it comes down to my community, we're very accepting of just all, of all sizes and all genders, and that's perfect. But at the same time, there is no point on hating or starting a fight with anybody that doesn't think you're hot. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna start a fight with someone when they look at me and they're like, ugh, what the heck? What is this? You look like a freaking homeless Turkic. And I'll be like, well, okay, whatever. Maybe I am. I'm sure not from like that region of the planet, but at the same time, I think I'm beautiful in here. In here. But outside here, I don't blame you, okay? I wouldn't look at myself in the mirror. A lot of times, I'll be like, wow, that's a diglet that is talking, actually freaking talking right now. I just love smoking on myself, because, I'm me. I'm honest with myself. And I get it when people see me and, make all these jokes. If they're authentic and they're nice about it, I'll be like, yeah, yeah, what about it? What about it? What if I'm like freaking like a budget Dwayne the Rock Johnson mixed with Diglett, but also like 200 pounds? What about it? I don't know. But moving on from that mess, because they did a patch and whatever, and here I'm just rambling about it. Zao. There's another game called Zao, and it's also part of like what Sweet Baby Inc. is doing in terms of like just them having this line of games, and this is sort of related to it. And it's sad because Zao is a game where it's a Metroidvania. It usually you would think it's set in like a castle or something like that. No, it's set in the motherland. Okay, there's not a lot of games. There's not a lot of games in terms of like the aesthetic, the story that is set in Africa. And there's always that sense of beauty. And here's the thing. I was a fan of Black Panther, and I knew for a fact that I would be a fan. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I'm a fan of just that aesthetic. I'm not really a fan of like Marvel, Black Panther. I'm a fan of just the culture and the aura of just, of that. Because for the longest time, I have always been a fan of African culture. Growing up in Oakland, I always understood, like, the richness, or the history that Africa has, you know, pretty much has given. And I always show that respect for the utmost. Like, my first, like, special guest was a girl from Africa. Shout out to Faiza, TVC. The first one was from, like, Nigeria. And I choose to be the first one because I have always cherished African culture, the history, how it's the motherland of all people, of all humans. I always believed that. And I even believe that Africa is the future, you know? And also, like, when it comes to a game that is from Sweet Baby Inc. and it getting hate, it's sad to see, because I'm like, well, is it a good game? But at the same time, I understand why people are, like, not voting, the game without the wallet. But also, it's sad to see it's not supported, all because of Sweet Baby Inc. when it should be supported because it's from a developer from, probably, and probably because not all of Africa is poor, but probably from an, third world country, an underdeveloped country, but making this game. That's why I support, like, this movie from Ukraine, because at the moment it's underdeveloped. They're going through a war, for crying out loud, but they have an animation that I was easily biased, and I was like, yo, this is amazing. This is good. And it is good. It's amazing. It was called Maka or something like that. Yeah, I forget the name. It's been a while, but man, people were just criticizing it, hating it, and it's just sad to see. And I'm just like, that's not the point. It's about the people behind this. You always see freaking good art, good, and there's no flack to that. Okay, good, amazing quality, either video games, movies, and just media itself from America, and just okay countries, just first world nations, the UK, the US. But what about the places that are not that fortunate? What about places in the Middle East that can't afford, like, a camera, or can't afford a computer? What about the people that are trying to break barriers? I'm always one of those people where I feel like that sense of diversity is very important. You know, not everything has to be set in Japan. Not everything has to be set in the US. It can also be set in another country that most people are not familiar with. And just seeing Zhao just, like, it says the, and I understand it. I understand this whole Sweet Baby Inc., which I'm not going to get into, okay, for Christ's sakes. But it's sad to see. It really is. Moving on. Next is Nintendo versus Gary's mod. I don't know what Nintendo's doing, but apparently they just have this freaking hate boner for everything. Like, shoot, if I made a fanfic of Nintendo, what is Nintendo gonna do, huh? What is Nintendo gonna do? What's Nintendo gonna do? Knock on my door and be like, "Hey, what's up, homie? What's up? It's Nintendo. Yahoo! It's me, Nintendo. Okay, they're gonna bust me with a face with a freaking mushroom. Like, I swear, it's a freaking fanfic of just, like, probably like two sentences, and boom, DMCA, which I don't know how to deal with. I don't freaking, I mean, I'll just delete it. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to actually deleting it instead of copyright striking things, putting DMC? What about deleting it, just getting rid of it? Which probably prevents, DMC. But anyways, but Gary's mod. If you're familiar with the game, I honestly do not freaking care about Gary's mod. I don't care. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like Roblox. But Gary's mod, yes, I heard about it. But at the same time, it's just long. It's old. It's been like so long since I heard about Gary's mod, and it's kind of crazy that it still exists or something. And still, people are still playing. But also, it's weird that Nintendo is going after Gary's mod because there's freaking Mario style levels. Like, what's next? Is Roblox? I bet Roblox got some Mario style level. Freaking Minecraft, have some Mario style or Mario fan game, creations. Like, and also the fan games surrounding Mario, like with Mario characters. Like, I guess, I get it. Nintendo owns everything Mario. But for crying out loud, like, you're just not looking good. Like, they're just going after everyone. And I hope they don't go after Delta, which is something I really want to talk about. I've been actually, fiddling with Delta, the emulator app on the iPhone store. And for those that don't know, I do not own an Android. I wish I did, but I have an iPhone. And I never played emulators here because, well, guess what? Apple doesn't allow. Until now that I officially can play emulators on my phone. I've been using it. I've been playing some DS, some Game Boy games, and let me tell you, I love it. It's pretty good. I just wish that PS3, PS2, PS, PlayStation, Xbox games were, allowed in the App Store. I wish they were available, but I, I heard something and it's not possible, and that's kind of sad. So it's like, damn, I just hope that it changed one day. But yeah, there's some technical stuff that the reason why it's not coming. But I'm still waiting. That moment when that PS3, like like on the App Store, emulator. Oh man, I just can't wait. But yeah, I just been dealing with it. And speaking of Nintendo, I guess I'll just talk about the Paper Mario. Wait, no. What am I talking about? Never mind. I did play it though. There is a remake of the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, which I have, which I don't know what's the big impact. Mario, he's big. When it comes to Paper Mario, I don't know what to tell you. It's not really my cup of tea, but it's also like I'm not hating on people's yums of just like, hey, you know what? This game is so much fun. And I did grow up playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I didn't get it. And also I play it right now in the emulator, but at the same time, I still don't get it. And yeah, I guess here they are remaking it. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, the whole Nintendo versus Garry's Mod thing is crazy. I don't know what Nintendo's up to, but hopefully they don't go after anything else, especially Delta. Like I just hope they don't go for that. Like for crying out loud. Anyways, animation. Let's talk about it. Hell of a Boss. They put out a short and it was pretty good. It was not bad. However, Viv also did a vlog when it comes down to her time at Level Up. And I'm trying to think, did Level Up actually like paid Viv and also the production team to come there, and also like did they pay them a certain amount of money to actually love Level Up and give them a shout out? Because let me tell you, Viv is showing a lot of love for this kind of convention. And you know what? I support that. Especially for conventions that are not that big, that are not like Anime Expo level. Even though like Anime Expo, personally to me, I don't see anything wrong about it. But I can see how, whatever is bigger is usually not getting your love. And I totally get that. And I say the same thing with mega corporations. And maybe Anime Expo is a mega corporation or something. I don't freaking know. But yo, Viv is showing a lot of love for Level Up Con. And I'm very curious of this convention. It might as well call like the has been Hell of Boss Expo or whatever. And that's just what it seems like it from the videos and the fans that are coming in. But yeah, that was kind of cool to see. And also the Hell of Boss short, I'm not really planning to do a review on it. It's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like I haven't reviewed Hell of Boss in a while. I don't know where's my interest on that. But has been 100%. Hell of Boss, it's like I love it, but I don't know. It's not has been. I don't know what it is. Anyways, WINX season 9. I heard it's coming, and I'm like, I haven't heard those four letters in forever. WINX. Whatever happened to that? I don't know. They're making a season 9. In pretty much I support WINX because it's an Italian cartoon girl magica. Other than the typical like Japanese girl magica, which is expected, and I keep thinking to myself, why the heck are Japanese just good at everything? They're just dominating not just anime, sports, freaking music, books, just influence, Pinterest, Instagram. I don't know what's going on over there. Jeez Louise, Japan. But yo, hey. But of course they're like, banning certain tourists, so that's another thing. And there's a part of me that I want to go to Japan, but also there's like that other part, like, yeah, I'd rather go to Europe. And that's why I'm excited for this, ending year, knowing that I'll be there soon. Anyways, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. Yeah.